to tan theta. For theta element of 0 degrees, 360 degrees. So these are the basic graphs of trigonometric functions. Alright, so then now how do we actually go on and plot this, or how do we actually altogether start plotting this graph or start sketching the graph of trigonometry? Alright, so then now we're going to begin with finding the angles. So the first thing you can do is to find the angle. So define the theta values. So theta values we can take, just tabulate quickly. We can take, let's increment from 0 degree, because we're going to start from 0 degrees to 360. So you can increment from 0 degrees going on to, let's increment with 30 for the first two graphs, which is sine theta and cos theta. 30 degrees, from 30 you're gonna have 60. Remember increments, so it must actually be separated, the number must be separated by 30 degrees. So now 60 plus 30 give us 90 degrees. 90 plus 30 is 120 degrees. 120 plus 30 is 150 degrees. 150 plus 30 is 180 degrees. 180 plus 30 is 210 degrees. 210 plus 30 is 240 degrees. 240 plus 30 is 270 degrees. And 270 plus 30 is 300 degrees. 300 plus 30 is 330 degrees. 330 plus 30 is 360. This is the last point. Alright, so then now that we have this, we can now draw the line quickly. And then now the first, now that we have the angles, remember the angle must define, this is the angle we're going to place it in place of theta there. Then we punch our calculator, we're going to have sine of the angle. So which means now the sine of the angle is what gives us our y. So y equals to sine of the angle. Alright, so then now here we're going to find the y values there. Alright, so then now where we're going to put this, we know that actually we can work on a Cartesian plane like that, where, so let me just increase it a little bit, where we're going to have theta on the horizontal line and y on the vertical line, and then go in there. So now let's find the corresponding y values for the angles. But before that, let's fill in the angles here. So we know here you're going to start from 0, which is here, and then from 0 we have 30 degrees, 30 we have 60 degrees, 60 we have 90 degrees, 90 degrees we have 120, after 120 we have 150 degrees, after 150 we have 180 degrees, 210, 240, 240, 270 degrees, 270, 300 degrees, 330 degrees, and lastly 360 degrees. Alright, so we can then remove this part. We can then remove that part and also clean it up a little bit here, and then yes, there. Perhaps we can also remove this part. Right. That's fine. So then now, how do we find the y values? Now that we have our x values in place, we are missing the y values. The y values, we get them by making use of a calculator. Now, we are looking for sine of 0. So we're going to go to the calculator. There's a sine, open bracket, 0, close bracket, equals to. So sine, in place of theta, we put 0. So there's no decrease there. Just know that actually it's just 0, because a decrease is actually a unit to mean that actually we're working with an angle. So but then now we don't put units in a calculator. We know that, so we're just going to put the number of the angle, which is 0. So the first angle is 0 there. So sine of 0 is 0. So we can just go on and put in there 0, and then sine of, go back and remove the 0 and put the following angle, which is 30. We get a half, 1/2, and then sine of, continuing sine of 60, which is the next angle. We get root 3/2, which is root 3/2, and then the next angle is 90. Sine of 90 give us 1, and then sine of 120. Sine of 120 also give us positive root 3/2. And then sine of 150. Sine of 150 give us half, 1/2. The next is 180. 180 give us 0. And then after 180 we have 210. 210. Sine of 210 is negative a half. And then sine of 240. Sine of 240 equals to negative root 3/2 over 2, and then sine of 270. Sine of 270 give us -1. Sine of 300. Sine of 300 give us negative root 3/2. Negative root 3/2. And then sine of 330. Sine of 330 give us a negative half. -1/2. And then sine of 360. Sine of 360 give us 0. Give us 0. Alright, so then now we start to explore what is the highest y value. The highest y value, we can see that it's actually supposed to be 1, but then now how do you know which number is bigger? Root 3/2 and 1. Square root of 3 and root 2, which one is bigger between the two? So we have to actually understand what this value is. So you can go back to a calculator and press SD. Square root of 3 will divide by 2, and then you press SD. So you can see that it's less than 1. It's close to 1, but it's less than 1, so which is approximately 0.9. Right, so let's remove our calculator so we can see that actually this is close to 1, so we can start to look at our y value. So here we can start with a half. We know 1/2, and then you can see I said 2 lines is a half, and then which means the second number will be 1. So here 2 line is a half, negative a half below, and then continuing. Let's just increase our a little bit, and then now going down we'll have -1. So we know that then the square root of 3/2 it's somewhere close to 1, so it's gonna be -√3/2. Similarly here, close to 1, we have √3/2. So let's start to plot now. So what is the sine of 0? Sine of 0 is at 0, at y equals to 0, and sine of 30 is at y equals to a half. So there, sine is actually the point here. So it matches with a sine of 30, give us a half, so 30 goes with a half, and then 60 goes with √3/2, which is just slightly next to 1, and then 90 is exactly at 1, and then 120 is just next to 1, and then 150 is a half, 180 we get 0, 210 we get -1/2, there 240 -√3/2, 270 is -1, 300 is -√3/2, 330 is -1/2, and then 360 is 0. So you can go on and join without using a ruler with your hand. You can just see that it gives us a nice curve. Let's join your points together, give us a nice looking curve that we are expecting. So this is the basic sine graph, and this is how you plot it.